Hebu tufululize moja kwa moja hadi ambapo shughuli hiyo inafanyika. Tazama.
Radio in our lives. The authority as a regulator in this country is in the forefront of ensuring that radio has the necessary platforms to be able to be launched in this country. So as CA, we do regulate. We have the mandate under Section 46 of KICA to license and regulate radio communication services and broadcasting services included. And also we have the mandate to ensure that there is diverse range of radio and television services in this country so that the citizens of this country can have diverse sources of information, entertainment, and education. From where we sit, one of the things that we just want to emphasize is that radio really plays a very special role, and the importance of radio compared to other forms of communication is very unique. And one of the things we just want to indicate is that radio is a medium whereby if in this room, for example, if we, for example, have a situation where we have 1 million people, assume in this space we have 1 million people, and each one of them has their radio sets, they will be able to receive the broadcast without any congestion whatsoever. The converse is that if you put 100,000 people in this space with mobile phones, and they try to call each other or try to surf on the internet and all that, you know what happens. So there'll be a lot of freezing and all that. So radio is a very unique service. Radio is primarily a medium that applies to all the citizens of the countries, but both in the urban areas and in the rural areas. And so we have a situation whereby even in the remotest of the countries, radio services normally are available in remote parts. And because a radio normally operates on a battery or it's solar powered, it means that even during times of disasters or calamities where there may be things like earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods and all that, the radio will still be able to be the primary source of information for most people because they are battery powered, and usually even when we have some of these disasters, you find a lot of the communication facilities are down, but radio still remains instrumental. The authority under its mandate has the sole responsibility to ensure that the radio spectrum, which is a scarce resource, is efficiently and effectively planned so that we are able to maximize on it. And one of the things about broadcasting, and especially radio, is that it is governed by a plan. So we have to plan before we launch radio. The frequencies have to be planned at the international level. They have to be coordinated so that we have interference-free operation. And why do we have to plan? Is because we have limited spectrum for radio. Currently in this country, radio is mainly run on the FM band, which is just 20 megahertz. So we have to ensure that we get the maximum out of those 20 megahertz that we have as a country. The beauty is that at the international level, we do as a country the best we can to ensure that Kenya maximizes on the spectrum that it has. And from the numbers that we can see in this country as at now, as at the end of Q2, that is in December 31st, 2024, we had a total of 315 radio stations licensed to operate in this country. So the breakdown is the public services run by the public broadcaster. There are 15 services, radio services run by the public broadcaster. Community stations, we have 85 community radio stations, and commercial stations, there are 215.